The past few years have been tough, but now there's a glimmer of hope on the horizon. According to experts, 2023 could be the year we've been waiting for. Truckers are asking, are things finally looking up for us? Look no further than YouTube's Most Opinionated Trucker. In this video, we'll explore the latest industry predictions and what this could mean for the future of trucking. Howdy ho, seat covers. Deviator here with some industry gossip that'll really want to make you rev up your engines and roll up with a smile. Looking back over the last year, we as drivers have been hanging tough. I've kind of figured some things out by looking at a few very interesting reads. I'll leave some links in the description so that you can follow along. Trucking industry is basically going through a softening period. Rates are dropping and things are kind of becoming a little bit harder to find. So as a result of this, shippers basically have more power. So you got contract rates and you've got spot rates because they're not willing to pay the money they used to pay to move the same kind of freight. So here's where a new way of thinking comes into play. This shift in dynamics has basically forced us to feel the squeeze a little bit more. So now we're having to look at loads a little bit differently and deal with something we're not used to dealing with, which is competition. Since about 2020, there's been a marketable decrease in capacity, not in the loads, but in the available trucks. Some owner-operators have been forced to make some serious changes in what they do every day. Some of us have even been forced to leave the market entirely. At Marvin Keller, they went bankrupt, lost 115 drivers. Landair was another company. I guess one of the most recent ones was UFI Transportation. They went bankrupt and put 213 drivers out of work. There have been other very small companies that have been forced to close their businesses or sell their trucks. But I'm here to look at the positives. Stay with me. Being the trends are what they are. If you can't beat them, join them. There's a lot of fleets out there that currently run almost 100% contract and no spot rates. One thing about contract and spot rates that just occurred to me, a lot like roofs, rates need maintenance too. You don't keep trucks running with no maintenance. There are times when trucks are going to be down. And like roofs, there are going to be times when you're going to get a leak or two. So you have to deal with the ups and the downs. But despite the ups and downs of both, there's always a way to make it work. Despite how bad things are, I still say, but based on what I read and what I know, I think we're about to hit the bottom of this cycle. Once you hit rock bottom, there's no other place but up. Every business has to account for the highs and lows in every cycle. All I'm telling you is, if you can survive long enough, things will improve. I've made a lot of adjustments here lately, and I'm still making them. I have a feeling things will be better. According to industry experts, the stimulus for 2020 resulted in an increase of over 10% in the generation of freight. It comes down to the overarching belief. Freight's got to get there somehow. The railroad can't handle it. Hell, they can hardly manage the negotiations over pay issues. So it all comes down to needing truckers one way or the other. That simple fact alone shows promise, and I think it offers hope for truckers looking for a way out of the slump in the coming months. We may have to deal with contract rates for a little while longer, but freight still needs to move. People are still making stuff, and they're still buying and selling. As more and more people leave this industry, it's going to leave more openings for those of us who stay in it. So just hang on tight. Things will look up for 2023. Regardless where you come from, as soon as you get in and turn that key, you're part of an industry that without being here would bring us back to the Stone Ages. got anything from this video, please decide to subscribe. Look for future updates. I put a lot of thought, time, and research into making these videos, and I would certainly like to know it paid off. Look, there are many ways in which to look after the rates that I was talking about in this video. It simply comes down to looking at what you do and how you talk to people. And I put some of that detail into play in this video. Give this video a like and stay tuned for more insightful information and opinions from YouTube's Most Opinionated Trucker. While you're on the road, be safe, and remember, that's trucking.